Let's talk a little bit about whey protein powders for a minute, okay? A lot of people don't understand the difference between whey proteins. There's so many out on the market, from milk protein concentrates to whey protein concentrates to whey protein isolates to hydrosylates. What's the difference? Well, originally before there were sophisticated filtering systems to filter the whey protein, you had milk protein concentrates, which were basically just powdered skim milk in a sense. A lot of people had a lot of problems with gas and stomach distress from this because if you can't drink milk, you couldn't drink this stuff. Then they got a little more sophisticated and they started producing what's called whey protein concentrates. A whey protein concentrate is just the whey protein. They remove the casein and all the other junk. And pretty much what's left is whey protein with milk sugar, okay? A little bit of milk sugar, which is known as lactose. The problem with lactose is that a lot of people are what we call lactose intolerant. And what it means to be lactose intolerant means we don't produce any enzymes that break down the lactose or sugar molecule, milk sugar molecule. If you don't digest the sugar molecule, what happens is when the stuff gets to your intestinal tract, the bacteria in there are fermented. And if anyone knows anything about fermentation, fermentation produces gas, okay? And when you produce gas, you produce smelly gas, methane gas specifically, and a lot of people who are lactose intolerant know what it smells like when they use the stuff, and it gets uncomfortable because you get crampy, and a lot of times what happens is you get, what happens with the protein you're taking in, it becomes malabsorbed, but because you're not digesting it, you're eliminating it via diarrhea or severe stomach distress, and you're actually not even absorbing the protein. So this lactose component of the whey concentrate can cause you to malabsorb some of the protein that you're eating. Not everyone has this problem, but as a person who's very interested in health and good absorption of the foods you're eating, you want to put the highest quality nutrients into your body. So as the years progressed, they started developing techniques to even more finely filter these whey species, and they created something known as whey isolate. Okay, whey isolate or pure whey isolate is a whey protein that has the lactose completely removed. By removing the lactose completely, okay, it makes the protein pretty much 100% absorbable. There's no issues with malabsorption. There's no issues with not having the right enzymes to digest that stuff. The stuff is essentially almost pre-digested, and it gets absorbed very rapidly. Whey hydrosylates tend to be one step further down the line. They take the whey isolate, they add digestive enzymes to it, and they break it down into smaller pieces. Inherently, the problem with whey hydrosylates has been that they taste disgusting, okay, because of this digestion process. So most companies, okay, or most people that are interested in using a good quality whey will use an isolate, because isolates could be made to taste good. That's assuming that the company who makes it wants to put the money into the flavoring system, because flavoring systems are very, very expensive. Being a professional bodybuilder for myself for many years, being a person who is in the industry at the highest level, and wanting to get the best out of the products that I use, I always wanted to use a good whey isolate. And I always wanted something that tasted good, because let's face it, if you're going to take in a shake 2 to 4 times a day, you don't want to taste something that tastes like battery acid, because it's just not going to be tolerable after a while. And ultimately, you're going to fail in reproducing these shakes every day. So when I created IsolyzeSpeciesNutrition, which is Species Nutrition's 100% whey protein isolate, my first condition was that the isolate be the the highest quality whey isolate that you could possibly purchase. Once I had that in hand, I said, all right, now I got to create a flavoring system that tastes good. Now, the hardest flavor to make taste good is vanilla, okay? Because vanilla doesn't hide any taste. It doesn't hide a chemical taste. It doesn't hide sourness. It doesn't hide anything. So to make something that's vanilla taste good means you have to have a superb flavoring system and some superb flavoring specialists working on it. And I got the best. And my flavoring specialist produced a vanilla-tasting whey isolate, or known as IsolyzeSpeciesNutrition vanilla ice cream flavor, that is I think is among the best tasting on the market. You guys can be the litmus test for that, and you can give me your feedback. But from the feedback that I've gotten to this day, it is phenomenal. We also have a chocolate. We have a cherry vanilla, which I discovered by accident, by the way. I was mixing my fruit punch Fiberlize with my vanilla Isolyze, and I created cherry vanilla Isolyze, and that's how the flavor came about. And just more recently, our probably most popular flavor is vanilla peanut butter, because let's face it, who doesn't love peanut butter? Okay, everyone does. And the greatest idea behind this vanilla peanut butter Isolyze is that there's no peanuts in there. no peanut whatsoever. It's a completely artificial flavoring system, and it tastes absolutely delicious. It's a little thicker than the regular other Isolyze flavors, and people seem to be going nuts for this flavor on their diets, off-season, just snacks, anything, okay? This is a phenomenal flavor. Now, what's the advantage of my Isolyze versus some of these other products on the market? Because there's a lot of isolates on the market, and they range in price. You know, mine happens to be a premium isolate, and a lot of people ask me, well, what does that mean? Well, when you take a scoop of my protein, which is 29 grams in weight, okay, 27 grams of that is protein. Okay, that's a very high yield. That's over 90% yield. The other 2 grams are just the flavoring system, the artificial flavoring system. There's 0 fat and 0 carbohydrates in this product. Okay, so you're getting a pure isolate, just protein, no fat, no carbohydrates, just protein. And that's what we want. We want the purest protein we can get in a delicious tasting flavor. If you look at some of the other competitors on the market, a lot of times you'll see 35 grams per scoop with only 25 grams of protein. That means there's other stuff in there that they're not telling you about. Read your labels, learn to read what the ingredient list is, and figure out for yourself what the best quality protein is with the best taste. And I challenge you to taste mine and give me your feedback.